Louisiana's coast is vanishing at an alarming rate, and now a bold attempt to reverse this crisis has been abruptly canceled, sparking fierce debate. Imagine a landscape the size of Delaware disappearing underwater in just a century. That's the grim reality for Louisiana's wetlands, a natural shield that once protected coastal towns from hurricane fury. But here's where it gets controversial. The state just scrapped a $3 billion project meant to restore these vital ecosystems, leaving scientists, local leaders, and residents divided. Could this decision doom future generations to a coast swallowed by the sea? Let's unpack the science, the politics, and the heated arguments dividing a community already on the front lines of climate change. Wetlands are no ordinary marshes. They're nature's first responders. A single mile of these coastal buffers can slash storm surges by up to a foot, according to coastal scientist Alicia Renfro. For Louisiana, this isn't just about geography. It's about survival. The 2005 Hurricane Katrina disaster, which claimed over 1,300 lives and displaced 1 million people, laid bare the cost of inaction. Yet, despite decades of warnings, the problem has only worsened. NASA satellite images reveal a staggering loss of 200,000 acres of wetlands since Katrina, with human activities like shipping channels and levees accelerating the erosion. Enter the Mid-Barataria Sediment Diversion project, a radical plan to mimic nature's own blueprint. Instead of building artificial marshes with dredged soil, the project aimed to divert sediment from the Mississippi River to rebuild wetlands organically, just as the delta once formed. This approach, championed by environmental advocates like Restore the Mississippi River Delta's Simone Maluz, promised long-term resilience. It's not just about patching holes, Maluz argues. It's about systemic change. If we don't return to the processes that built this land in the first place, we're just delaying the inevitable. The project's 30-year timeline would have restored 17,000 acres, potentially absorbing up to 10 feet of storm surge, a lifeline for coastal communities. But opposition from local residents, particularly in Plaquemines Parish, turned the project into a flashpoint. Third-generation oysterman Mitch Jurasich led the charge, filing a lawsuit to block the initiative. This wasn't just about politics, he insists. It was about our livelihoods. That harbor, full of boats, full of life, this project would have wiped it out. Government reports acknowledge short-term disruptions to fisheries and flooding risks for some homes, though compensation plans were proposed. For Jurasich, the trade-off felt unfair. They spent billions on a project we never wanted. Now they're asking us to pay the price. The clash highlights a deeper dilemma. How do we balance immediate economic concerns with long-term ecological survival? Renfro counters that artificial marshes, often cheaper and quicker to build, are a band-aid fix. Fisheries rely on these wetlands, she explains. Once they're gone, the entire ecosystem collapses. Doing nothing isn't an option. Yet with limited funds and time, critics argue smaller-scale solutions might better serve vulnerable communities now. Governor Jeff Landry's decision to cancel the project, despite $600 million already invested, has left advocates reeling. We're short on money, resources, and time, Maluz laments. But for opponents like Jurasich, the move was a relief and a rebuke of top-down environmental policies. They kept pushing this down our throats, he says. Maybe there's a smarter way forward. So where does this leave Louisiana? The debate isn't just about wetlands. It's about priorities, values, and who gets to decide the future of a vanishing coast. Are we willing to make hard choices today to save a way of life tomorrow? Share your thoughts. Is short-term sacrifice worth long-term survival? Or does the state need a new strategy altogether?